Quit being the world's best kept secret. Your time is now.
Welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show, where we'll be discussing leadership, business, human potential, inspiring you to live rich from the inside out. Unlock your creativity, stretch out of your comfort zone, break through your barriers, take inspired action, and achieve epic results. Now here's your host, three-time best-selling author, speaker, and certified executive coach, Debra Kasowski.
This is one thing that blows me away, Tonya, and maybe we might even take off on this for a little bit, is that I am actually surprised how many people do not see themselves as leaders.
Oh my gosh, I am so glad you brought that up. When you call out people in a room, if I'm standing on stage delivering a keynote, or if I'm in just a small group of people and I say, show me your hands, how many of you are leaders? They kind of do this whole like, I lead, I run a business, but you're right. People don't really step into that space. And Deborah, I would love to hear what your definition of leadership is. I would love that. Here, I'm just throwing it right back at you because I have my own, and I would love to just uncover and really have this conversation.
I don't believe that leaders are born. I believe leaders, well, they can be both and that leaders are nurtured. A leader is someone who sees in others skill sets, talents, abilities, and helps them nurture that to the surface so that they can do their greatest work. And what a leader does is helps those people be nurtured and grow, but also helps walk alongside, in front, behind, wherever it is that they need to be. They're versatile, they're agile, and they work toward a common vision and goal of accomplishment and
I love that.
make an impact in the world.
Mhm.
That's my definition.
I love that. I love how it just flows effortlessly off your tongue, right? Because a lot of people can't or have not really taken the time to decide what
Mhm.
leadership means for them.
Yeah.
And uh, my belief about leadership is really, I believe we all hold the space of leadership. I believe we all do. I believe it's not about your title, your position, your tenure, your birthright. I believe that we all have a sense of leadership within us. And it's not about um some people don't believe they're leaders, right? We talked about that a few minutes ago.
Mhm.
And even if you're not leading other people, you're leading yourself first, right? We lead ourselves, we lead our families, our teams, all of those things. And at its core, I believe it's about how we show up every day. Because we're in this world as a collective, as a community. And it's up to us to participate. That's my belief.
100%. And, when I think about leadership and I think about the people I've worked with and the ones that have said, me, I'm not a leader, they think right away it's the C-suite. And
Yeah.
it is a great reminder to everyone listening, watching, that the fact that you're here with us, you are a leader. You don't need to have the fancy title or the tenure, like you said, or
Mm-hmm.
have your name on a book to believe that you could be a leader. And
Right.
but being able to lead from self takes a lot of courage on its own
It really
to
does.
speak up, be the person you want to be, and showing up as that true, authentic self. And when I was reading your bio, when I read it the first time, I'm like, oh, I had this visual of these shackles wanting to be broken from perfectionism and overthinking.
Oh
And I
my
think
gosh. Yes.
I think that is totally what prevents people from being the leader that they want to be. So I
Mm-hmm.
would love for you to tell us a little bit about that, because that was my visual, these shackles being broken off so that people can
To
actually
kind of break
step,
free.
yeah, to break free and step forward.
Yeah. I'm gonna go, you really just set me up perfectly because I'm gonna go into a little tool that I use. And for people who cannot see us, I'll
Yeah.
describe it to you. Behind me on the wall is a bicycle. And that bicycle has a very deep meaning to me. I found it years and years ago and brought it home, thought, oh, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, but it spoke to me, right? It just had
Mhm.
this touched my soul kind of thing. And I know that sounds corny, but
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm kind of corny and I'm all in. Anyways, this bicycle sat under the stairs, in the little closet that's under your stairs for the
Mhm.
longest time. COVID hits. We're all at home making home offices, right, out of our kitchen tables, or we converted the guest room, and I needed something to put on the wall. And I was, where's that stupid bike? I gotta get that thing out.
Yeah.
What I started to recognize is, and I was in a leadership position at that time, but and going through my own journey of self-development. Weren't we all during that
Yes.
time? Holy moly. I mean, you're kind of slapped in the side of the head with it. Anyways, we throw this bike on the wall, and I start to recognize that it's very similar to the way we operate our lives. It takes all the parts and pieces of our lives to make us who we are. That bicycle is a reminder of that. It takes the wheels, the pedals, the handlebars, the chain, all the things for it to move forward. And I started to develop a little tool around the acronym BIKE. And you touched on it a few minutes ago. And like I said, you set me up perfectly. So thank you for that, Deborah. um, the B in BIKE stands for be you. Unfiltered, unapologetic, be you. And sometimes when I'm talking to my clients, the very first couple of times we made up, they're like, I don't even know how to be me. I've somehow lost me in this world of expectations or what I think people think they want me to show up as. And yes, that's true. But when we start letting go of those filters and we start having the courage and stepping into that bravery about who we are, what makes us special, quirky, and silly and goofy, those things are beautiful. Let's do that. So the B is be you. The I is for insight. I don't know about you, but I am a really big introvert. I get stuck in my head before I meet somebody or when I'm going into a new situation and my head starts spinning and I'm like, what if I say something stupid? What if they don't like me? What if? But I've learned how to shift that into being really curious and looking for insight. What will I learn about you,
Mm.
Deborah, today, about myself in our
Yeah.
conversation? So we've got be more of yourself, right? Be you. Look for insight. And the K stands for kindness. And that kindness is so beautiful. When we get rid of the how we're supposed to be, the politeness and the niceties, and we really dive into that core kindness, that one that gives you the warm fuzzies, you know?
Yeah.
Because when you show kindness to another, your brain's pleasure and reward center lights up as if you're the receiver and not the giver. What a beautiful gift you can give to everyone around you. And the E stands for engage. I don't know about you, but I've sat across the table from a few people, more than a few, where they're scrolling or they're tapping on their computer. That's not engaging. That's not connection.
Mm.
And in a world where we're starving for that connection, wouldn't it be beautiful if we could just put the devices down for a moment and just be in the moment together? That engagement. And Brene Brown brings this around beautifully for us. She talks about engagement creating connection, and connection is the energy that's created between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued. So that bike, you just grab life by the handlebars and you just go forward.